before this one ever gets underway. Now down at ringside, you can see in the background there, fans, Dave Prazak having words with one of the fans. A couple of the kids there at ringside. Now Ace Steel joining him, having words. Back in the ring, referee Travis Cook trying to bring him back into the ring, but it doesn't look like it's happening at this point.
You know what the problem is? Some illiterate fan out there is calling Ace Steel mushroom head, and you know it's getting on his nerves, but look at his head. It's not a mushroom. It's perfectly round. Just like your stomach,
right
Murphy.
The referee before Ace gets back in the ring here, FedEx. Now, Matt, have you been in the ring before with Sexy Ace Steel?
I haven't been in the ring before with him, but I've also been down the road with him before, if you know what I mean.
Well, who's your pick in this matchup? We know you have somewhat of a history with Frankie D. Your paths have crossed before. Ace Steel, you seem to know him fairly well. Who would be your pickup here, considering both men returning to action for the first time in months?
Well, I'll tell you who my pickup is. I'll put it this way. If you got a two-headed coin, and if it's a two-headed coin, I'm going to put Ace Steel on it, so that's who I'm choosing right there.
Well, there you go, fans. FedEx making his pick. I've got to side with Frankie D at this point, even though Ace Steel looking more well-defined than I think we've ever seen him before. Frankie D clamping on that side headlock to get things underway finally. These two going at it. Now Frankie D with a nice takeover, keeps that side headlock on. Referee Travis Cook right there in position, getting 3-1 counts in a row.
You know, I don't get this, Murphy. Why is he counting the shoulders down? Ace's shoulders is not down. I can't believe this. Now look at this political chokehold right there. Frankie's going there, trying to go back to his old tactics, trying to cheat to win.
Frankie again, 5-time voted most hated wrestler in St. Louis. Not hard to see why with the way he's treating Ace Steel in this one.
What it is, Murphy, Frankie's jealous of Ace because he's bigger, he's sexier, and he's a whole lot prettier.
Well, now Ace gets out of it and shoots Frankie D to the ropes, but a big shoulder block sends Ace down to the canvas. I think that might have had a little more impact than Ace Steel was expecting.
Ace is not worried. He's more worried about his hair, see if his hair was out of place.
Well, Ace doesn't look like he's ready to go anywhere just yet, though. This match is going to continue here as soon as these two decide to tie up once again. As you hear the crowd chanting Mushroom Head at ringside.
And you people don't stop chanting Mushroom Head, Ace Steel and I are going to leave the building!
You know, I agree with that. That's that comment we just heard right there. Ace Steel will leave the building if they quit cheering him Mushroom Head. You know, I don't blame these Ace Steel. Not one bit for all, Murphy.
Yeah,
Ace is done. He don't need this.
Here comes Ace Steel back by our broadcast position here in the back. Him and Dave Prazak. Ace Steel not looking happy at all. Frankie D just gloating out at ringside.
I can't believe it.
A bunch of crap. This guy's an idiot.
He doesn't come back.
That's right, Ace. You tell him how it is, baby.
Well, now Ace looks like he might have had a change of heart, and he is going back to ringside. Dave Prazak right behind him.
We're going to give you idiots one more chance.
He told you, Murphy. He told you where to stick it.
The
Ace
return of Mushroom
happy. Ace,
Head.
normally a happy-go-lucky, bouncy kind of fella. No longer in this one. Looks like we're finally going to see these two tie up and do it for real this time, as Ace now gets a side headlock on Frankie D.
5 minutes have expired.
Now Frankie gets that hand up high. If he goes to the eyes, that's an easy way to break the side headlock. And Frankie D, of course, not above going to the eyes. Now D backs him up to the rope, shoots him off, drops down. Nice go over by Ace. Now Frankie catches him high. Hip toss by Frankie
He hooked
D.
the tights, Murphy. Couldn't you see that in my point of view right here on my monitor? I saw the tights being hooked. Something like that old, how would you say, Soul Train Gary Jackson would do.
Right now, Frankie D getting this crowd up behind him as Ace Steel holding his back. He looks like he might have injured himself, and Dave Prazak right there behind him to check up on him. Ace didn't like that at all, Prazak checking on him that closely.
Well, let me tell you something, Murphy. If you're surrounded by women and all of a sudden a guy turns around and wants to rub your back, wouldn't you be kind of worried about it?
I think I would. But now Ace getting back in the ring again one more time, trying to get this thing. Hopefully we'll see a little bit of wrestling in this one before all these antics are over with.
I'm telling you, Murphy, Ace has got his game face on. I think it's a big psych job, tell you the truth.
Well, it very well could be. If it is, it doesn't look like Frankie D's falling for it just yet. Nice hammerlock by Ace Steel into a side headlock once again. And now he takes Frankie D over. Now Frankie goes straight to the eyes, as we said earlier. Frankie D not above breaking a hold, what some would consider to be a shortcut. Frankie D considers it wrestling.
See, Murphy, I don't understand that. Ace is trying to do a fair match, and what does do? Frankie goes to the eyes. He knows he can't keep up with the man.
Well, Frankie now plants a boot in the back of the leg. Ace Steel drops him down to the canvas, picks him up once again, backs him into the corner, fires a big right hand into the midsection of Ace Steel, and another one in the corner. Frankie D now pulling Ace Steel out. Nice hip toss, Ace Steel right out in the middle of the ring, and you can see the look of pain on Ace Steel's face right there in the corner as the cameraman, excellent camera work here in MRW this evening. But Ace right back to his feet, catching Frankie off guard with somewhat of a short arm clothesline, it looked like. Now snapmare takeover on Frankie D.
And that's what you call putting the boots to the big man, if you know what I mean, Murphy.
Well, and Ace Steel now turning things around already in this one as he sets Frankie D up for a suplex and nails it. And Ace, again, I'm just in awe of the condition Ace Steel's in after 3-4 months off from being in the ring, dropping an elbow on Frankie D here.
That's what you call being hungry, Murphy. That's what you call want to come back, Murphy. That's what you call want to be in the top fit condition that you can be in, Murphy. This guy is a former heavyweight champion, a former Missouri heavyweight champion. How would you like it if a former heavyweight champion had your belt, Murphy? A guy that lived in Chicago, Illinois, came down and took your belt that lived in the state that you lived in.
Well, nice leg scissor by Ace Steel here. Big contrast between Frankie D and Ace Steel in the condition the two men returning in. Both men several months off from in-ring activity. But then again, Frankie D never one to worry about the physical appearance. His conditioning, though, has never been disputed, whereas Ace Steel, much more the physical, the visual fitness in Ace Steel.
You know, Murphy, why I'm choosing Ace Steel over this? Because Frankie D's used to a tag team partner. He's been in tag team matches for most of his career, and he's not used to being in their singles action. Ace has. He's a former heavyweight champion. He knows what he's doing.
Well, and some say Ace Steel would have been the first MRW champion if it wasn't for the antics of one Jacques Lafleur and actually taking out the knee of Ace Steel, keeping him from advancing in that tournament at Lindbergh High School back at the end of April. Now Frankie D with a nice tie-up on Ace Steel, has him face first down on the mat with the legs crisscrossed behind him. Now a headbutt to the shoulder area of an outstretched Ace Steel on the canvas. And Frankie planting a boot right back in the shoulder of Ace Steel once again, going to work on that left arm of Ace Steel here. And a headbutt by Frankie D drops Ace Steel back to the canvas once again.
Oh, yeah, you can headbutt anybody, Murphy, if you pull their hair and hold on to it.
Well, Frankie D looks like he might have halfway knocked himself out on that one. You see Ace Steel back in the corner with Travis Cook
10 minutes have expired.
Now Frankie D back to his feet. What you couldn't see at home, fans, Frankie D was down to one knee. Looked like he was about to pass out. Now Ace Steel once again getting the better of Frankie D. This one's been nothing but back and forth. And once again, a reversal by Frankie D sends Ace Steel. The rope's nice. Go under by Ace Steel and a block. Northern Light suplex by Ace Steel on Frankie D, only getting a 2 count.
You know, if Ace was smart, Murphy, he would go after that knee. As you can see, Frankie D's got that knee brace on his knee, so that could be a very bad injury on his part.
Now Ace going over the top rope and comes in with an elbow. Looks like he might have caught Frankie D with that one. And Frankie rolled over on the other side now. Ace Steel having his way with the returning D here in MRW. Now Ace putting a couple boots to the head, now having words with Travis Cook and right back to the head of Frankie D.
I guess you're saying that's illegal now to boot somebody in the head, huh?
Well, no, but I think that might be. It looks like Ace might have his fingers in the eyes of Frankie D and now just gouging the face of Frankie D.
He's giving him a facelift, if you know what I mean.
And speaking of a lift, Ace sends Frankie for the ride to the floor here at the Overland Community Center. As Dave Prazak now putting a couple boots to Frankie D on the floor.
Dave, wait a minute. I didn't see that, Murphy. I was looking at the other monitor. I didn't see that, not in my camera angle.
Well, Ace Steel notoriously known for being in the right place at the right time. And right there was another prime example, getting the attention of Travis Cook as Dave Prazak had the opportunity to stick the boots to Frankie D on the outside. Now Ace on the outside after Frankie D, tossing him back in the ring. Could have gotten ugly for Frankie D out there, but Ace choosing to take it back into the ring.
Ace wants to beat the man in the middle of the ring, Murphy. He wants to show this old man who the real sexy man of the MRW is.
Now Ace up on that top rope. Frankie D nailed with a clothesline. And now Ace back on his feet, goes for the cover finally on Frankie D here.
Oh, that was the slowest count I ever seen, Murphy. That was like molasses going uphill in January. I mean, come on, Simple Simon can count even faster than that.
And Frankie D firing off a right hand back to the midsection. Ace Steel and another one and an uppercut. Catches Ace in the jaw. Both men down on the canvas right now. Now a forearm by Frankie D on the back of Ace Steel. And Frankie D now taking back over on Ace Steel here. Now throwing Ace Steel to the floor. Unfortunately, Frankie D has no manager at this time to put the boots to Ace.
You know, Murphy, if Ace was smart, he'd get away from ringside because you know how them girls are. They're trying to tear him apart, man. And they always want Sexy Ace Steel's phone number. But once again, as you can see, his manager, that's what a manager's good for. It helps you get you up, get you back on your game face on.
And now Ace on the apron as Frankie D comes in with a series of right hands, it looks like. Looks like he might be bringing Ace Steel back in the ring the hard way here.
You know, Murphy, I can't believe this. He won't even let the man get back in the ring. Now, come on now. A true sportsman would let the man back in the ring.
Oh, suplex, but it looks like Prazak might have got the foot of Frankie D.
Wait a minute. What was that again? I didn't see that.
It's a 3 count for Ace Steel.
Sexy Ace Steel.
Ace Steel looked like Prazak might have got the foot of Frankie D. As
No.
Frankie
He didn't get the foot. He slipped. He slipped. That's what it was.
I know what I saw, FedEx, and
No, wait, don't you tell me he pulled his leg. I was looking at my monitor. And my monitor did not show that.
Well, Ace Steel very happy with himself. You see him gyrating, standing on the second rope here, fans, getting the win in his return bout. And what's Mike Rogers say?
Now, see, look at Spanky now. He's all up.
Hey, Prazak, I saw the whole thing.
Mike Rogers saw the same match I did, FedEx.
Yeah, you need somebody else to win your matches every time.
Spanky's all upset because now
He's
oh
going
yes,
to work on Mike Rogers.
I love it, Murphy.
Put
Put it
Prazak
to him.
with the chair, and they just dropped Mike Rogers to the ground. And now both men putting the boots to Mike Rogers. Frankie D trying to cover Mike Rogers.
He's not trying to cover him. He's trying to cover his paycheck to save his butt. That's what it is. Mike Rogers brought Frankie D in to try to get rid of Ace Steel, but he couldn't get the job done. So what does Frankie D do? He tries to cover his paycheck. That's what it is. I love it, Murphy. That's the best scene I've seen all night, seeing Mike Rogers' butt right up here on the screen getting laid down on the mat. It's great, Murphy. You got to admit, it's funny, don't you?
Well, now Ace ringing the bell for himself, saying this one's over, and so is he.
The winner of the match.
I can't believe this. This is great.
The respect he deserves. Sexy Ace Steel.
Well, Ace vowing to leave MRW after this match.
Chicago style.
He came in as a winner, and he's going to lose a winner.